When you gonna stop running like a and fight me? I kind of want to invite him to camp to come knock him out. Do you think you can beat Jake Paul? I will dog him. I will dog him in a fight. How big is it? Let me see. What is up, YouTube? Yesterday on Instagram, I told you guys, ask me any question you wanted to know. I don't care how outlandish it was, boxing, football, fitness, diet, my daughter doing jujitsu, anything. I said ask whatever y'all wanted to ask. A few of y'all didn't disappoint. A few of y'all genuinely wanted to know about me, ask questions about my boxing journey, about my daughter. Some of y'all got out of pocket, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Some of y'all got extremely outlandish in those comments. So the first question, what's the reason on why you started boxing? This question right here was asked over and over again. The number one reason why I started boxing was not your generic, typical one where, oh, I was getting bullied and, you know, I wanted to learn how to fight to defend myself. No, I started boxing out of pure hobby. I was done playing football. I had just got cut from the NFL. I was in Los Angeles Rams training camp. I had just got cut. I was like, I need something to keep my life busy again. I didn't want to get kicked and I didn't want to wrestle. We ain't doing no wrestling around here. We ain't doing that. I want to be lethal with just these. Boxing is pretty. From what we wear in the ring, to the ring walks, to the showmanship, to the style, to the slip-in, to the countering. Boxing is poetry. Do you think you can beat Jake Paul? He doesn't have anywhere. Let me start off by saying this. I will dog him. I will dog him in a fight. Jake Paul is nowhere near the same experience level as me. He does not have any of the tools that I have. I have more power than him, and I'm a much better boxer than him. Let me break down my resume for y'all. 20 amateur fights. I fought 3 of the top 10 ranked heavyweights in the USA. 2 out of those 3, I went to a split decision with. I'm better than him. I'm better than him. If he want to set up a fight, my people reach out to his people reach out to my people. I'm not chasing Jake Paul. I don't care about that fight like that. Yeah, it's a money fight. Like, yeah, if I get that fight, I'm going to do what's supposed to be done. I'm going to just do what should have been done. I'm going to put something to bed. That's all it is, fighting Jake Paul to me. Who was the toughest guy I ever fought, whether it was in sparring or a fight? The toughest guy I ever, all right, so I have 2 for this one. One in sparring, one as an actual fight. The one in sparring happened with a 19-0, 19 knockout cruiserweight, Craig Parker. Toughest sparring I've ever had. He has the Mike Tyson style where he wants to get on the inside, he can bang, but he's really a mid-range fighter. I mean, he's real crafty on his feet. He's a hell of a fighter. We went about 8 rounds in my last camp. That was my toughest sparring. Now, my toughest fight came when I was an amateur. It was my 3rd amateur fight. They had just lied to me and said, oh yeah, he only has 3 fights. 6'3", 260 pounds. Hit like a freight train. Every time he hit me in the first round, I promise you it hurt. I think I lost some brain cells fighting him. First round comes out, he's trying to knock me out. I had to actually grab him and I whispered in his ear, calm down, man. Like, the first round of that fight was actually 5 minutes long. The timekeepers were so into the fight because I wasn't just getting hit. I'm throwing back. I'm in there 1-1. We're in there banging. It's a fight. There was only supposed to be 3 2-minute rounds. The first round was 5 minutes and 27 seconds. They got so wrapped up in the fight, they forgot to keep time. I was really like scared. I was scared I was gonna get knocked out. What goes through your mind while you're nervous before a fight? Whew, everything that can go wrong. I could drop my hand too low and eat a left hook that drops me. I can get hit by a body shot, flush, and it breaks a rib. I can get hit with a right hand that I didn't see coming. I can gas out. Did I train hard enough? Was I pushing myself in sparring? Was I actually going as hard as I could in those sprints? Did I give everything I have on the bag? That's what goes through my mind when I'm nervous before a fight. Explain to us the differences between setting up a fight in the amateurs versus the pros. Setting up a fight in the amateurs, you have no say in that. You have no say in who you're fighting as an amateur most of the time. Especially if you go to a national tournament. Oh, if you go to a national tournament, you could be fighting somebody with 100 fights, 300 fights, 10 fights, 50. It don't matter. You got to get in there and fight. They release the actual bracket 2 days before. So you don't really have a lot of time to adjust. That's the point of national. Amateurs have to figure it out on the fly. You have to get in there and adjust now. As a pro, it's different. If you have a 12-week training camp, you finding out about 15 weeks before the fight. Pro and amateur setting up a fight is two different things. Now you're setting up a fight based off of money. You want, if you're A side or B side, that also plays a factor. If you're A side, you hold all the contract negotiations. If you're B side, you're just there for the ride, man. You're just there for the ride. You're there to come, bring the fight to him, pull off a dub. But at the end of the day, you got to get paid as a B-side fighter. How did you motivate yourself to keep going? I'm trying as well, but I keep slacking off. Discipline is better than motivation. I'm not about the cheesy motivation, man. It's plain and simple for me. It's night and day. I got to go to the gym today. It's a part of my daily regimen. It's discipline. Day 107 is gonna look the exact same as day one. It's gonna suck, bro. You're still gonna be getting tired. Only thing that changed is you added more rounds because you can go more rounds. You're lifting more weights. You're able to run further, but it still sucks, bro. It's still gonna suck. It's discipline over motivation. I don't stay motivated. I'm just disciplined. How should you work out as an aspiring boxer? More calisthenics or more weight training? Both. Weight training is just as important as calisthenics. Weight training is just as important as learning how to throw a proper jab. Weight training is gonna reduce injury. Weight training is gonna strengthen your joints. Weight training is gonna make your base much stronger. So when you're standing there with somebody, you're not getting knocked around when they're throwing punches because you have stronger legs. Weight training is gonna make your punches harder. Weight training can actually increase your cardio as well. Calisthenics is gonna do that the same. It's all resistance training. It's just how you train. It's a matter of choice. I prefer weight training because it's much faster to get stronger doing weight training than it is calisthenics. Because at some point with calisthenics, you're gonna run out of resistance. Weight training, the best way to get more resistance, add more weight. How did you balance training as an amateur with a day job or making money? This is a good one. After I got cut from the NFL, working out for teams, amateur boxing journey to pro boxing journey. Here's that space in between. In between there, I was working Parks and Recreation for my city. I had worked Parks and Recreation. I was just the guy who set stuff up in the beginning, trying to work my way up. And then after that, I said, they're not paying enough, but I have a degree. I left my city, went to the neighboring city, got a job as now I'm one of the directors. So now I'm actually talking to city officials like, hey, we need this amount in the budget to create this event for the city. I'm directing employees as an amateur still. I'm still working as that. I'm traveling to my day job. I'm coming home, checking on my kids, picking them up from daycare, taking them with me to my amateur boxing practices. And they're there with me. As a fighter, you have to have a regular day job. This business don't pay unless you're at the top. Good and bad coach signs. A good coach is gonna be honest with you. You're not ready for that. You're not ready for that type of fight yet. You're not ready to go pro. My coach, when I switched to him, Coach Jackie, he told me to my face, I said, man, I want about 5 more fights. I'm ready to go pro. But my good coach told me, he said, you're not ready to go pro. A good coach is going to find a way to communicate with you. A good coach is never going to yell at you. A good coach is never going to take his anger out on you. A good coach is not going to project his failures onto you. A bad coach makes it all about him. Well, I did this for you. I made you this. I'm the reason you this. A bad coach starts everything with I, me. A good coach is always looking to learn. A bad coach thinks he knows everything. How long have you been boxing? And how long do you see yourself staying in the sport? That's a good one. I've been boxing now for 4 years. I didn't take my first amateur fight till 1 year of training. I see myself in the sport for another 5 years. I really want to win a belt. WBA, WO, IBF, WBC. I want to win a belt. I want to replace these amateur belts with a title belt. Have you ever been down to try MMA before or not? No. I will never do MMA. I'll do other parts of martial arts. So I'll try jujitsu. I'll probably try some sort of kickboxing, but I will never do a combination of all of them. There's too many parts that go on. In boxing, I know if I slip, your left hook, all that you can do is try and throw an uppercut or something. Man, if I slip something in MMA, that could be a knee weight for me right there. It can be an elbow that comes down on top. You can grab my neck and slam me down. There's too many variables in MMA. Well, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Current training routine and style. I'm training twice a day boxing. The morning session, it is boxing conditioning. Whether it's sprints with like bag conditioning, hard bag work, sparring. Later on our boxing session, that one's all technical. We're really focusing on slowing things down, being technical. Nothing is to break a sweat. It's all to just be I want every punch, shoulder to chin, boom. boom, bringing it back, ha, shoulder to chin, ha, turning on our hooks, turning on our uppercuts, really being defensive. That's the second session. That's an hour session, an hour of just technical. Then throughout the day, we'll do our road work depending on what day it is. I do road work, so about 3 to 5 miles, 3 times a week. And that's just to go and get that mental in. I'm not chasing a time. If I run it in 10 minutes, I run it in 10 minutes. If I run it in 8 minutes, I run it. If I run it in 6 minutes, I run it in 6. But it's to go and just get that mental in. And after that, I'll have my lifting. I'm lifting 3 days a week. Right now, I'm lifting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. An upper body pull day, an upper body push day, and then I'll go a leg day. I never do leg day the day before or the day of sparring. Oh, this is a good one. When you gonna stop running like a and fight me? Usually whenever I go to people's profiles like this, I promise you, they never on any type of timing. They're always some sort of beginner. They're always somebody that's just looking for clout. It's never like a high level boxer, bro. Because high level boxers don't get bent out of shape about other fighters. They focus on themselves. Kind of want to invite them to camp to come knock them out. Kind of want to invite them. I really do. Next question. If I start boxing at 19, am I too old? No. I started boxing at 26 years old.
You know, I'm 56 years old. Damn. I'm sorry.
I walked into the boxing gym for the very first time at 26 years old. No boxing experience. I had an athletic background, but no boxing experience. But you're not too old. To be real with you, bro, I prefer you start after like 15, because those that start young, majority of them burn out by like 13. They've been fighting for 6, 7, 10 years. You get tired of getting punched in the face, bro. Ooh, this is a good one. Will you consider going to Misfits, etc.? Why or why not? So I'm gonna just give y'all a little bit of a teaser on the next fight. I'm gonna be on the next Misfits card. I'm just they reached out to me. Mams Taylor, the owner of Misfits, he followed me on IG. He reached out, my agent reached out to him because I posted my analytics from YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I did well over 200 million views in 1 month. They said, oh yeah, we need you. Yeah, we need you on a card. I'm gonna be on the next Misfits card. Today is January 31st, 2025. I'm letting you guys know, whatever the next Misfits card is, I'm gonna be on it. They haven't announced it, so we're on the next Misfits card, y'all. Hey, clap it up, 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 clap it up. And I'm not going to fight influencers like that. I'm staying, because they have their Misfits Pro sector. What can I do to increase my stamina so I'm not gassed in the ring for amateurs? Sprints. Sprints are your #1 best friend. You're gonna sprint 50 yards, jog back, shadow box. Sprint another 50, jog back, shadow. You're gonna do that 12 times. You can rev it up to 100 yards once you get better, but you wanna constantly be moving. Amateurs, bro, you never taking it. You have no rest in that ring. You gotta go, 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 go. When am I gonna try BJJ like your daughter? I do wanna try jujitsu, so that way I can bond and connect with my daughters more. I want her to trust what I'm saying because she's seen daddy do it. Kids learn from examples, so I wanna be that example for my daughters. When I have some more downtime in between fights, then I'll start learning and pick it up, or even after my career. How big is it? Let me see. Well, I mean, I wear a size 13. Oh, you freaky, huh? Is the arm bar your daughter's favorite submission? Yes. I don't care what she says. From what I've seen, and I've been at every practice, tournament, every match, I've been there. Her go-to is the arm bar. She may say it's the Americana, but her favorite submission is the arm bar. If the arm bar doesn't work, then she chains it together with something else. She's just now learned to chain armbar with an Americana. So she'll go for an Americana first. If they reach, she teach. Will you guys be at ADCC Orlando? Honestly, yes. We want to go to Florida. We've been to Dallas, we've been to Vegas, we've been to Cali. We want to go to Florida. So yes, you guys will see us at ADCC Orlando. It just has to go along with when my wife gives birth. If it's after April 9th, because my wife is due April 9th for my baby girl Nova, she will be here, third baby girl, then yes, we'll be there. If it's after April 9th, we'll be there. How long has your daughter been wrestling and how long have you been boxing? So my daughter's been doing jujitsu for now 1 whole year. In January, it marked 1 year that she's been competing, training, actually no, 2 years. So she's been training jujitsu 2 years since she was 4. She started competing at 5. I've been boxing 4 years. I've been competing 3 years. We took 1 whole year each to just learn our sport, and then we hopped into competition. Is she competing in Naga in Vegas? I have to look at the dates once again, but if the date here is after April 9th, then yes, she will be competing in Naga in Vegas. When's the next ADCC you guys are gonna do? We're looking at Florida and we're looking at Vegas for sure. There's one in Oklahoma that we saw. We're really trying to travel a lot this year. You guys are gonna see us at ADCCs, Nagas, IBJJFs, all those. You guys will see us at a lot of them. How many days does your daughter practice? She practices 4 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, actually 3 days right now. She practices 3 days a week, and we're trying to add in wrestling twice a week. What made your daughter like jujitsu? Honestly, I can't tell you. We took her one day to jujitsu practice, only to just find something else that she liked. I want her to learn how to fight. I wanted her to learn how to be like me. She loved it. Like, yeah, she cried because she got put in a choke one day. She loved competing. Once you saw that switch in her, I think like 3 months into her like learning jujitsu, you can, if I tell her we're not going to practice today, she's like, no, I want to go, but I want to be like, she loves this, man. I can genuinely say my daughter loves jujitsu. What if your daughter doesn't want to do it anymore? That's a really good question, because a lot of people ask me, oh, are you going to be mad if she doesn't want to? What are you going to do, bro? Then we're going to move on to the next sport. Of course, I'm going to do my best to try and keep her in it. What I like to do is that you don't like the competition anymore. Do we need to take a break? Do you not like getting, slammed anymore? Do you not have the passion? What is it? But ultimately, I can't step on the mat for her. If she wants to drop jujitsu today and pick up ballet, daddy's all for it. I'm going to be bored, but I'm all for it. Biggest key to being a successful combat sports parent: understand that you're not the one going out there to fight. The best thing you can do is understand you're not the one stepping on that mat. You're not the one stepping in that ring. You're not the one getting in that octagon. They are. Because I'm a fighter. I know what it's like to be afraid to step in there. Ain't nothing anybody can tell me to bring me down. It's everything you have to do. So you have to be supportive of their choice. And ultimately it comes down to, do they want to keep, because combat sports isn't for everybody. Your kid might not like it, but you have to be the most supportive and not push them, but guide them. Okay, hey, I'll come with you. Or hey, how about, we just go sit and watch the class for the day. You don't have to compete for the rest of the day. You did amazing. You did enough today. You did amazing today. I'm proud of you even stepping on the mat. The biggest thing I tell my daughter before any and every tournament, practice, are you really proud of me that I got the rear naked choke? Are you proud that I won, daddy? Baby, I'm proud that you even stepped on the mat. That concludes it today, guys. We did a lot of questions today, and I love this, honestly. It gives me a chance to connect with you guys and give you guys more in-depth of who I am, who my daughter is, what I do. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you guys like this and many more, make sure y'all pound that like button. Absolutely obliterate that share button. Thank you guys. Y'all have been amazing, and we're out of here, y'all.